What's up, guys? This is Chad. Welcome back to the Dorky and 40 RC channel. A little different today. What we're doing is we've got the Granite Grom here. Got a couple of these earlier on Black Friday. The best dog toy. Got it for like $100 each because of discounts and everything. And this American Bulldog will rip through like $20 toys in like 5 minutes. So him running around in the backyard chasing this is perfect. It's just the right size where it can't hurt him or anything. So done a couple mods to the first one. We could talk about those in another video, but we've got the second one here on the bench today, and I'm going to switch over and do the mods on it. But one of the big thing was to change the pinion gear to make it just a little bit faster. Going to gear up to a 20 tooth, comes with a 17 tooth, so it's a little bit faster and a little bit more exciting for him to chase. So instruction books is an exploded parts view. A lot of people, this might be the first RC that they own. If you own Bashers, you probably know how to do this stuff, but I'm kind of winging this and figuring this out on how I go. So first thing you need to do is you got to take off the big diff cover here. So you're going to have screws in the front, screws in the back. You're going to have a label that you're going to have to like kind of slice off the side. And then you're kind of going to have to like pry this thing up. And then your motor might actually be stuck to it as well. You can just kind of pull it off to the side. And then once you're done with that, real important thing too, is that when you put this back in, it actually goes over top and retains your steering pins here. So make sure that you're real careful when you get everything lined up, push it back in there. And I just used a flathead screwdriver to pry this off. So far, so good. Now what we need to do is change the actual pinion. So the pinion that I'm going with is a 20 tooth. And this has the set pinion things like a lot of the new RC cars do now. So that way you don't have to worry about gear mesh and ruining your day and everything else. So you get a whole bag of these things with this part number right here. And then basically what you got to do is kind of figure out which one that you need for, say, the 20 tooth. Now, if you pull the one off of your motor, look at it very carefully, and it'll show you how these things are supposed to be oriented, because you'll have a couple different numbers on them based on which actual vehicle that you own and gearing set. So the one that I pulled off of it says 5920 here on the left and 5917 here on the left, and we're moving up to the 5920. So this is the one I need. I know that I will install it the exact same way onto the motor mount plate here and put the pinion on, and that will give me the correct gear mesh. So real important, if you start pulling these out of the bag and you're kind of like, freaked out because there's numbers and everything, that's the easy way to do it. So let me go ahead and get this done, and we'll be right back. So there was a ton of Loctite on the screws that came with the original pinion. So make sure you have a really good high quality driver and that you really got a firm grip on the motor when you are taking that out. Maybe you can use a lighter on the pinion gear itself to kind of break that apart. So just be very careful with that so you don't break your driver and strip your pinion gear. All right, so the pinion gear is on there, and I'm just kind of roughly put it inside there. Here is the motor mount, and you can see that it's actually going to slide into that nice channel right here. So all we'll have to do is just attach it to the motor, push that down in there, and then again, just find your motor screws, and you're going to find out that you've got the perfect mesh ready to go for this baby based off of what these are. Now this 20 tooth pinion just barely fits over the guard, so probably in most cases you're going to need to install the motor guard first. I took out the old screws. The motor guards do come with a new set of screws. The old ones had Loctite on them. I didn't Loctite the pinion on this. Go ahead and do that if you want to, but I figured I would just run it like this because I plan on doing some other stuff on this as well. Now your heat sink for the motor might actually move on you as well, so you can always straighten that back up whenever we go and reinstall everything. And we're going to make sure that these are decently tight and not over torqued or over stressed, because these are plastic parts. All right, and that went in really easy, and you can see that everything is lined up fairly well. We've got good gear mesh. Everything is running pretty good. So now we're basically just going to reverse the process and put everything back on together. Again, be careful that when we line this up, that we capture the steering pins and everything up there, and we should have this baby running. Okay, so I just tested this out, and you can see that we have a very excited dog here. So, got before I put the screws back in the cover here, made sure everything is good and everything is on there. And we got steering, and we also, of course, have a little bit more power. And you can see that Coda is ready to go and play. That is for sure. So again, it's like the best dog toy ever for this guy. So I needed to get these screws in and get back out there. Hopefully that helps you guys out. We've got a lot of upgrades that we're going to do to this thing to make it more bulletproof for this big guy. And we'll be having some fun. So talk to you guys later. Peace.